Hey everybody, it's Jawsomesauce here, and I'm here with some more shenanigans featuring Godzilla Monster of Monsters in the NES. We're doing a full run. It's Godzilla only, which means anytime you see Mothra, it's probably because we're just gonna run her into the wall and get her killed for fun here. This is a Godzilla only warpless. It's pretty much the full game. We're gonna get to see the whole thing. I'm here with my commentator and mentor. We got Space Colonizer here. How you doing, Space?
I'm doing all right. Hey, everybody. Hope you got a good, fun game ahead of you here. I consider this game a diamond in the rough. I think more people should check it out. It's got a lot of fun stuff, and you'll be seeing it yourself here pretty soon.
Yeah. So we'll start the timer here in a minute. Space is the guy who showed me all the routes, trained me a little bit on this, so it's fitting to have you here, Space, to kind of comment on things and how it goes. I've also got some sweet Godzilla trivia for the chat. So I'm a Godzilla fanatic. You can tell I'm wearing a Godzilla Hawaiian shirt. I've got some Godzilla merch. There's just stuff you can't even see here, but that's my real bag, is to collect and be a big fanatic. But enough talk. Let's get going. Count me down, Space.
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. First thing we're going to do is we're going to kill Mothra, because that's what we do in a Godzilla game. We kill Mothra.
Yeah, that's what we do in the Godzilla only run. We got to kill her on every planet. If we didn't, we'd have to finish every planet with both monsters, and that just takes more time. And it also increases the risk that you have to get into fights that are able to be skipped if you only go through with one monster. So for speedrunning, really basic strat, one of the earliest speedrunning strats figured out for this game, long before my time with it.
I just really needed a coffee break already, so we're taking that right away.
Usually you can just park her and die. You know, we got different kill spots for her on different planets based off what tiles are available. So on here on the overworld, you know, it's sort of this little hex grid checkerboard. Sort of the first thing everyone mentions whenever this game comes up. People who played it as a kid are like, oh yeah, is it like Godzilla chess, right? Like, yeah, it's Godzilla chess. Sure. So if you move a piece, they move a piece.
So what we get to do is, the route is set up to manipulate the monster movements so that, that's a good back, so that when we move a certain way, we know what they're going to do. We can speed through the planets as fast as we can, knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah, the overworld AI mechanics kind of follow a flow chart, sort of. There is randomness in the flow chart, so you know we don't necessarily have everything guaranteed, but we can route the planets to maximize their chances of certain things happen. Sometimes guaranteeing things happen, but the guaranteed routes are not necessarily the fastest. It's usually faster to take a little bit of risk and hope somebody moves the way that you want. Jawsomesauce is going to be doing the guaranteed routes today. Nothing too risky, but they're still pretty fast.
One thing you'll notice a lot is I'll be doing a lot of tail whips and a lot of kicks. And the reason that is when you are tail whipping and kicking, you don't get knocked back. You still take the damage, but you don't get pushed back. So we want to keep moving forward, and in a lot of cases that saves us from getting killed too. That was really good because really fun. A little too high on the screen.
Nice quick Gazor fight. Yeah, her dying high, you gotta wait and watch her fall off the screen for longer. So it's good to kill her low, but you know it's not worth it to delay killing her too much, because then you're losing the time another way. You know. You can see that Jawsome was doing little hopping tail slaps there. That's because Maguire has 2 hitboxes, and you can hit both with a tail with just a little hop, just like that. And that gets you double damage on your tail slaps against some bosses. It wouldn't have worked against Godzilla the squid monster, but Maguire, that trick works. And say probably about 2/3 of the enemies you can do that. They have the double hitbox format.
I know your chat's thinking, man, I really wish we could see more of Godzilla and Maguire. But don't worry, you will, because they're on every stage. Although we're not going to fight them all the time, hopefully.
That's right. Every planet, a new monster gets added to the enemy roster. With one planet not getting a new guy. It's the second to the last one, I guess. It's like Pluto
Something
and
happens a lot with this game.
Pluto and Neptune have the same rosters of enemies.
One thing you'll see there, and you'll see a lot, is lag is a big part of this game. Is there's just a lot of heavy sprite loads, and I have to be careful because the breath is a sprite too. It's in the sprite count. So if I go to breath and there's too much stuff on the screen, the breath won't even be there. It won't do anything. So that's not great.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's with the lag. It's not necessarily the sprite issue. I'm sure that could cause some lag, but it's like it's color palette lag. It's when too much stuff is coming from the same color palette, and they just made it so that your breath weapon is from the same color palette as you. And also those friendly those ships in the sky coming from the right, or some of them, and then this one coming from the left, that's the same color as Godzilla, right? So when there's too much of this bluish green stuff, that's what causes lag, and the breath weapon is part of that color palette. So that's what causes the huge amounts of lag when you breath weapon.
That was super good Earth.
That was good, sub 5. That's what you like to see.
We're gonna start Godzilla again.
Mars, we don't.
Go ahead.
Oh, so here on Mars, we don't really have a prescribed route that Jawsomesauce is gonna be able to follow. We just kind of, what we do is we call it barbarian style, where you just go and you just fight everybody. If you get lucky, maybe one of them gets out of your way, but chances are he's just gonna be fighting all 3 bad guys on this level. It's kind of this level, just the way the geography of the level is designed, it's just hard to manipulate it reliably with those 2 corridors in the north and the south.
All right, you saw Godzilla and Maguire again here. Quick trivia time. We got a couple trivia questions for y'all. First question for chat here. This game came out in 1988. By 1988, how many Godzilla movies had Godzilla and Maguire appeared in each? How many Godzilla movies had those two, Maguire and Godzilla? How many times have they appeared up until 1988? Each of them. They were both in the same number of Godzilla movies. How many were there? Give you guys a couple seconds to answer that. How many Godzilla movies before 1988 were these 2 monsters in? So as we go through the levels,
it is the same number.
It is the same number, yes. As we go through the levels, a lot of this is a very learnable speedrun. It's very accessible. It's more like a big amount of memory and repetition and practice where you're trying to figure out, when should I use my breath? Is that too laggy? How do I get through efficiently? You know, what's going on? This, you know, how to avoid the brains, that kind of stuff. So it is a really cool speedrun in that way. Here we have the Tickle Monster again. Why is he called the Tickle Monster, Space?
Oh, well, you know, he pushes you in the left corner and traps you. It's like he's wrapping his tentacles around you.
Sometimes he can just force his way on you on the left. This is not great.
She's behaving pretty good right now.
Yeah. If I could have taken more advantage of it. That one tentacle coming out every now and then. So the answer is 0. So by 1988, Godzilla and Maguire, neither of them were in an actual Godzilla movie. They were Toho monsters. It was the space amoeba, and then Maguire had its own thing. But neither of them were actually in a Godzilla movie. I don't know why they threw them in here. I guess they just wanted some other monsters.
Yeah. But
no, they are not Godzilla. In Final Wars, which is my favorite Godzilla movie, which is like 2000 and something, 2001, 2002. They used stock, footage, B-roll basically from the movie with the original one to put it in there. So it wasn't even really in any movie for Godzilla. And then Maguire they brought back later in the 90s, and they made that like the humans robot. So 0 is the answer. Those they're just here. Got a lot of stuff happening here on the screen. Let me clear it out for everybody. Yeah, they're just here. They're not real Godzilla monsters, but hey, whatever. We'll kill them anyway. You're gonna see a lot of punching, a lot of throwing hands. And that's not just mashing. I'm trying to find the rhythm. Oh, see, he's just being mean. There's a rhythm to the madness, to the mashing. And when you find the rhythm, you kind of get like double hits. I'm hoping he'll jump here. Jump up, please. Jump up. No, okay. If he jumps up and you kill him while he's in midair, you skip this explosion part, which is cool. We're just throwing hands all day. Now watch for Godzilla when Jahali does his run after me, the destroy all monsters, because that tickle monster is brutal in that. And we, said that there's some RNG. That next run Jahali's doing, which is a really good practice mode for anybody running a Godzilla mode. Everybody should do destroy all monsters if you're running Godzilla. So definitely check that. But what you'll see is, he's a gatekeeper for RNG in that mode, where he's kind of a pushover in this mode. Oh, Death Magnet. Oh, that's bad. We're okay.
Yeah, and destroy all monsters. All the monsters from the game appear on Earth when normally only a couple of them do, and they're at their highest power level, the level that they would be on the final planet. Because every time they reappear on a new planet, they get a little bit stronger. So, but then Godzilla and Mothra are at level 8 also, but they would normally be level 16 on that last planet in the regular game. So things are kind of stacked against you, and the metaphor I always use is that, doing destroy all monsters first gives you good practice for the boss fight, so that when you play the real game, it feels like you're taking your training weights off.
You'll see it a couple places. I'm pausing, especially on Phoenixes, to make sure that there's space on the left side of the screen for me to go back if I get knocked back. If I don't leave space on the left side and I get knocked back, I'm just dead. So there are a couple really perilous, dangerous places in this game where you just get locked into a death.
Yeah,
there are some spots you'll see me kind of avoiding that. Well, that was bad breath. I need to sit in the right spot to get.
You were a little too far away. As you can see, we mentioned earlier how some of these guys have two hitboxes, and I brought that up in the context of these hopping tail slaps. But also, if you do a breath weapon from just the right distance, like there, that's doing double damage for the breath weapon, because the breath weapon's hitting both hitboxes. So, good tactics there from Jawsomesauce.
And it's just a matter of practicing and learning. Like this, in this warpless mode, there's no glitches, there's no any like crazy tricks. I mean, the craziest trick is just trying to not get hit by those death magnets that you're going to see a ton. We'll talk more about that in a minute, sure. But it's just learning. It's learning and reacting. It's really cool. And I mentioned when I did Earthbound the other day, like I'm a casual dad speedrunner, meaning like my threshold for skill is like, what's the middle of the board? What can I do to learn a speedrun with limited amount of time? And this is a great game for that. It's it's an hour long, hour and 10 or hour 20-minute speedrun, but like it's pretty chill. There's just a lot of stuff happening. That's all. It's very accessible, and especially what you see with Jahali after this, where it's a 15-minute run or less. Now, these little 3-shooters are kind of annoying. They don't have a hitbox until they shoot their missiles and move. But they have a small window of hitbox, and they lose it. So then they fire again. So you got to get in there right at the right time, or you're just wasting time.
You want a little tip. So you notice how there was a part of that hallway where you had a 3-shooter, and then there was another 3-shooter off screen, like they're coming up. It was like kind of near the edge of the screen. You want to like push up into the first 3-shooter, or I guess it was the second one, but you want to push up to it, so that the animation on the one later gets started earlier, and then it'll get to that movement and be destroyable a little sooner.
Awesome. All right, we're doing what we do a lot here. We're gonna kill Mothra. Mothra deaths are not easy. We just have to find.
You went a little too far.
Oh, I was going over this one. Did I need to just stop at the first one?
Well, why not use the first one?
That's true.
You get.
Have I been throwing away 6 seconds every run?
It's earlier,
Oh man, you're right. Hey, learning on the fly. That's why you're the mentor. All right, next time I'm getting my 6 seconds back. Sweet. Can't wait. A lot of this, I watched a video. Oops, I watched a video and then I went with it. So yeah, Cool. Remind me that later.
Okay.
Teach me, master, teach me. But sometimes you can just use the breath to just walk on through to the other side. Just using a lot of tail whips just to kind of avoid the knockback. Also, the tail is often very, one of the most powerful abilities you have to clear stuff. Besides the breath, of course. But because it's such a long range attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the tip.
And it doesn't. You don't slow down with the tail slap, whereas the kick actually does sort of shift your. A kick like kind of takes your sprite and you do like a little pendulum thing, like you kind of like move back a little bit during the kick. Oops. You actually lose a little forward progress when you kick. Like only a few pixels or a few frames or something. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not like never kick ever. But you wouldn't want to just go through kicking the whole time. But tail slaps, there's no step back. You can keep moving right while tail slapping. Good job with that artichoke there.
A really good soundtrack too. It's like a very underrated soundtrack. McGuire's back for more fun. He's mad he was never cast in a
best soundtracks on the NES, I think, one of them.
A little fast. Now I've got it. Got the rhythm here. And he's being really friendly.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Brother, hit him in the face for 4 here, potentially.
Yeah, he comes at you pretty quick while you're breath weaponing. So when you start your breath weapon, you want him to be on the far right already, and then go from him, move away from him from there, so that you have enough room to back up while breathing.
Yeah.
Because if you get stopped by the left wall, he'll get closer, and then he'll be too close for the double damage.
Just love jumping over that little diglet. I don't know why. I like
a
little
one at
things.
the end. Yeah. No, that's fun. I'm with you on that.
So when things get laggy, when we know there's a death magnet coming up, this is when you have to be careful. You have to, you should see a death magnet come on the screen here. There it is. So I can guide it a little bit. And it's not a good guidance. That's a bad guidance. That's right. Get some health here. When things are going crazy, you still take the damage from it, but you can pass through it just like with the knockback protection with the kicks. But it is a lot of damage early on. Like we're only level 6. Later on, it's just like whatever. It's just time lost, but it does not feel good to get caught in a death magnet. Avoid those.
For sure.
Just trying to go forward and not stop is really the goal. Alright, come on here and fight me this time. Oh.
Nice, yeah, that was very nice.
When he goes to the far right, though, he'll come out as like a battery ram of his head, which is really annoying. You can get a little.
Yeah, he's got a long reach. That's the thing with Varen. The tail slaps are really great against him because of his reach. He's like one of the only guys that has
it's
a long reach.
All right, the next 2 turns we're gonna intentionally not fight things because we're gonna kind of move around Hedora here, the smog monster, as a way to not have to fight Godzilla again.
This will be our first fight skip of the run, I guess, right?
Yeah. Ideally.
Right, yeah, well, sure. But you'll get it.
Now, you have a lot of leeway in some of these. Some of these routes, if they go bad once, it's really bad. Some of them, there's like a backup. Death magnet. See, we can kind of guide it. We can guide its vertical. It kind of chooses its horizontal movement sometimes. They tend to, the death magnets tend to appear in the same spot. Oh,
Yeah.
you can know, like, especially in the hallway, the laboratory science ones, what military installations, whatever you want to call those hallway ones.
I call them bases.
Yeah, bases. You pretty much always see them.
I referred to them as a hallway earlier, but you know.
There's no Godzilla dropkick. You're right. This isn't canon.
So it looks like the Death Star. It looks like a Death Star.
I know. You don't remember that part in the movies in Star Wars where Godzilla's in the Death Star before everybody gets there?
Yeah.
So Hedorah will attack us. Hedorah the smog monster. This guy, we tried to get close in there for a fight. Oh, he's being friendly.
Oh, you got him locked.
Nice.
Keep it going. I wouldn't breath him. Don't breath until he's down to 4.
Right. This is nice. This doesn't usually happen.
Perfectly locked like this.
Okay, that's fine. It's annoying.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, you got it. You got it.
Let me just tell him off. Good. Sometimes he doesn't let us in. He wants to push us away. And we'll be able to be clear here. We'll finish before Godzilla can ever catch up to us. Which is nice. Yep. The death magnet here. We always kind of feel it there. That's a little risky. That was not my ideal approach to that death magnet. You see how I animated that second one?
Yeah,
we'll
so yeah, push up to it, right up to it. Okay, well no, you killed it perfectly anyways. I think there's going to be a better example of that in this level.
Right here is really good. Ah, still got it though.
Nice.
Just get so much stuff happening. You know, you can only anti-knockback comes the death magnet. Push this up here a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna tell it where to go. There's just so much stuff. Just trying to get through it. There's a lot of health too, so it looks like I'm in trouble, but like there's so much going on. Alright, so we're off that planet. I'm going to Saturn now.
Nice. Good plan.
So far. Move 2. Alright, time for a trivia question. How many Godzilla movies, including the American ones, how many Godzilla movies are there out right now that you can watch now? Not a trick question. I mean, like, how many, not counting what's in production. How many Godzilla movies are there?
I was like, oh gosh, I gotta know, like,
there's 2 in production.
What's being distributed?
Yeah, but like, if you go, if you could buy all of them that are out there now, how many are there? Movies.
I have to think about this one.
Someone said 3. That's not the answer. I'll give you the hint though. The three. There is a 3 in the number. All right, we're gonna kill Ghidorah. Yeah, we're gonna kill Ghidorah eventually. We're gonna kill Mothra now. Not 4. You're closer than 3.
I got my guess, but I mean, I'll be close, I think, but might not be a completely accurate.
All right, go ahead and give your guess, Space.
Is it 30? Or it's like
you're a lot closer
30?
than the 4 guess, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's when we want to get hit by the city itself. I see a 36. That's really close. 38 is the answer, by the way. 36 was really close. 37. Good job, guys.
Oh wow, 38.
38 with 2 in production. That includes the 5 American ones. Yes, we're acknowledging 1998. Come on. And then, -1 is in there.
I might not have been counting -1 and Shin Godzilla.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't have gotten up to 38. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, Godzilla versus Destroya is like 21. So like
sure.
Up to that.
There's been a lot. Like the 90s
21.
had a lot. You know, the 90s
and then
2000s
I added. Oh, I did forget to add the 90s. I went straight to like the 2000 and Final Wars.
Actually, the 90s ones are some of the best ones, I think.
It's not, I agree. No, that's definitely.
like Tokyo SOS and those things near the end of it.
No, Tokyo SOS.
Oh, that's
from the
2000. You're right. That's it. Yeah. So the King Ghidorah one is my favorite era though, because it's got the
Time Travelers.
The cyborg, yeah, the time traveler with the cyborg who has it's the best thing. I'm trying to think too hard while I'm playing.
It's a really great camp. It's a really great campy plot.
It's so good when this cyborg like gets super speed and the way they try to do it on the.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You just have to see it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're not gonna fight for a while here. We're gonna pass through these guys.
Godzilla versus Biollante is really rad. I think.
You don't like Biollante?
No, I think it's rad.
Oh, rad! I was gonna say I think that's objectively the best Godzilla movie. I'll stand by that.
I think that's a very good. No, I think that's great. Like that's the first one.
Like, get off my street.
That's like the first one right out of Godzilla, right after Godzilla 1985.
Yeah, like the return of when they came off a hiatus, basically revived the franchise. Right. But it's good, and it just came out on Criterion Collection, so you can watch it in 4K ultra high definition if that's even possible.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting sloppy because I'm getting excited about thinking about movies. Let's get back on track. No, but I just did pick up that Biollante movie, and I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I mean, I watch it all the time anyway, but I'm curious to see if it's any different with the Criterion Collection version. It's just cool to be able to get it on Blu-ray. The more we can get it, the better. The more accessibility to Godzilla, the better for everybody.
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna just scooting around Varen here, which is gonna let us skip 2 fights if we can fight Baragon in one shot, which is very, very tough.
Yeah, Baragon on this planet is the toughest fight with the exception of the final boss in terms of finishing it in a single fight.
Yeah.
At this level that you're at.
Yeah. And it just does trolley things.
Jawsomesauce is already at the level cap. What's something that hasn't been mentioned? Every planet's got a level cap. And Jawsomesauce is already at the level cap for this planet. If he was able to get to level 9, his kick damage would increase, which would help tremendously against Baragon. But he's not able to quite get there because of the level cap.
Mm-hmm. Which is a big deal.
Because Baragon's got a weird hitbox. He's low. He's sort of low to the ground like a lizard or a dog. Lizard. It made more sense. Should have just stopped there.
He's kind of a lizard dog, yeah, for sure. Although I don't really want to kick a dog, but it does feel like that's kind of what the goal is he's like your little dog.
With a face like that, how can you not kick it?
I'm not advocating.
Baragon is pretty trolly. Baragon's the only one in the game that has like a troll.
It does have a troll.
Like his hitbox just turns off and he just looks at the screen and smiles at you. I have a GIF of it.
It's great.
Or an animated emote of it. I'll go to the retro gaming channel and drop the emote so people can see the face that I'm talking about.
It's really good. We're gonna try to dodge this. Oh, we're not gonna. That's okay. But notice how I was concerned about dodging that, so I went to the far left. Because if it's gonna hit me, let's have it hit me for short as possible. Like if I can't dodge that magnet because I screwed up some other ways, then we're gonna make sure it only hits me for a little bit. There's also a really great video of the making of a movie with Baragon in it, and hold on, I'll tell you after this.
That's good.
Kind of cooperative.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Come on, you got it.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Nice.
That's very important for the PB race run here. But what I was saying is there's the actress who was inside Baragon's suit, because it's all rubber suits. Close, I guess not. She does like a little funny rawr, like before they put the sound in. He will not let me come closer for this one. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, we're just in the right spot where you can't really push me away anyway. Alright. So definitely check out Baragon's voice actor. Paragon Rar. Alright, so we're gonna be able to get away and not fight these two guys, which is really awesome. That one, this spot, whenever we have this level, is sort of a required hit. Sometimes you get lucky and you get control of Godzilla in time to block it.
That's frame perfect.
Sort of like smash the button and then hope for the best. And sometimes
it's a frame perfect window to get an attack animation to block that hit, to block that knockback. But it only works if it's the first stage, like if it's the first screen of your turn. Like it won't work if it's the second screen of your turn.
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
And like so, right here,
right here, I can't. It won't ever.
That right here, the window just doesn't exist for some reason with the way it works. So, and if you're really trying to get that pixel perfect hit there, on this last turn here, you noticed how you had 3 tiles left until the end. Mm-hmm. You can go one tile and then 2 tiles, so that both of these are always the first screen of your turn. And so you get the 1 frame opportunity on both of them if you do that. And no one's going to catch up to you if you only move 1 on that first turn.
You still have to
you'll
move
be
3
safe.
regardless. Yep.
You have to, and no one's close enough to you to reach you if you only move 1 on the first of those 2 turns.
That says rubber suits. Not in my Godzilla flick. Oh boy, have I something to tell you about Godzilla movies.
Oh yeah. They should bring back the rubber suits.
Yeah, practical effects are just better. Getting too close to those walls.
I mean, just the costume from the 90s was just so good. Like the suit in the 90s, like those are really that's the great Godzilla design. Like the last great live action Godzillas. Well, I mean, I don't know. How much are the ones from the 2000s? Do they have a lot of live action or suits, or are they CGI'd a little bit?
CGI'd a little bit, but I think they still use suits.
Like S Tokyo SRS.
I mean, they use practical effects even at -1.
Oh, okay.
All right, moving on to Uranus, which is a large hole. Uranus is a large hole. See, there's a large hole right there. I was making that. Don't tap. Uranus is a large hole. You saw it.
This is actually not a standard route. So this is a newer version of this route that got developed sort of semi-recently, in the last year and a half or so, 2 years maybe. Which, I don't know, I guess relatively speaking feels recent to me. Mm-hmm. But we used to go up the right side and skip a different set of fights.
Zora attacks. The Godzilla cartoon? Oh boy. Someone in the chat's asking about, what are we talking about, the Godzilla cartoon? The Hanna-Barbera Godzilla cartoon or the 1998 one? Which is actually better than the movie, I think. All right, we're getting some
the one based off the American movie. Yeah, no, that animated series was pretty good. Like, it only lasted like a season though, but it was pretty solid. It was made by the same people, I think, who did like the MIB cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it definitely was that same animation.
And that was good. That was good too, that was good. I liked MIB, the animated series.
We will attack Hedorah. The Hanna-Barbera one is something though. I'm excited because right now there's a Marvel crossover, an Avengers Godzilla crossover comic book right now, and it's like there's a couple different series, but the series that comes out like in June, it's Godzilla destroys the Avengers or something, or Godzilla destroys the Marvel universe. By the way, that thing just disappeared when I tried to breathe, which was cool. they all just kind of went away. See if I can get in there. Can I come in? No, we're not. Okay, just that one fight. Okay. Not touchy-feely today. But anyway, one of the first issues of this Godzilla destroys the Marvel universe. Come on, let me play.
That door's not being nice right now.
It's fine. I'll kill him anyway. The first one, there's like 6 variant covers. One of the variant covers is Godzilla and Godzuki from the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, so it's a good throwback to that. We're gonna kill Mothra now. This is called Collect All the Dots. Collect the dots. La 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 la. Collect the dots. La la la. This is like the only way to kill Mothra. Just collecting dots. You do it.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter how efficient you do it. They all come out at the same amount of time anyway. It's just collect the dots. Sometimes it's like you play a little game with yourself. You're like, all right, how many dots can I get in one hit? Get them all. Can I get 6? Ooh, that was a 7. The world record right there. Oh,
You missed the laser though.
that's right. This actually worked out because I got lower. But I think
Yeah, that's true.
I accidentally saved time there. All right, we're gonna skip 2 turns now. I just don't feel like playing for 2 turns, so it's fine. We'll skip 1 turn. Then we'll go up and we'll attack Maguire. He wants me to fight Gigan first, and I gotta say no. I've gotten a couple times. I mean, I don't have any idea where that frame is to have defense, but I just mash and hope for the best.
Well, you can hear the footsteps when you're coming on screen, right?
Oh, okay. There's a sound
like
cue
a
to
way.
it?
Well, I don't know. I can't say specifically what it is, but that's how I time it.
Sure.
Like basically, like you done, punch. Like you know. So you know.
That's cool.
So maybe you know something. It's something you can set up a save state for, and then like practice. You know.
Awesome.
That's something I'd recommend.
All right, here comes Maguire again for the billionth time.
Do you have an EverDrive for your console?
Yeah, I'm playing on an actual cartridge right now, but I do have an
Right, I'm just saying for save states on console, because you wouldn't want to practice it on emulator and then switch to console, because the timing is going to be different.
That's well, I just recently switched to hardware like 3 weeks ago, and I got like a several minute PB off of it because it was so much better. It just felt faster. All right, Gigan's gonna attack, and then we're gonna be able to leave the planet and go to Pluto. Which, rejoice everyone, Pluto is a planet again, at least according to this game. By the way, fun fact, Gigan is my favorite non-Godzilla kaiju. What's yours? Do you have a favorite? Not Godzilla?
What?
Do you have a favorite not Godzilla kaiju in the Toho universe? Gigan's my favorite. Not Godzilla.
You mean like other than
kaiju that's not Godzilla in the Toho universe?
Okay, I was like he's in the movies. What are you talking about?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Besides Godzilla, my favorite is Gigan. Who is your favorite except for Godzilla?
I don't know. I mean, Gigan's pretty. So my thing with Gigan, and I do like Gigan, but he's the Boba Fett. He's the Boba Fett of Godzilla.
Yeah.
He looks really cool, but if you're honest with yourself, he doesn't really do anything. In his own
That's actually a really good point.
If I'm remembering this correctly, in his own movie, he retreats.
Yes, he does.
Before the monster that came to help him retreats, which is Ghidorah.
Right.
So like it's Godzilla versus Gigan, and Gigan runs away before Ghidorah. It's like, it's your movie. You're the one in the title. You're leaving first.
And then the next movie, it's not even about him either. It's about Megalon and Jet Jar Bar.
It's Megalon, yeah.
But he's just there. There's something about a robot space chicken. It's very appealing.
Sure. Cyborg, technically.
Cyborg, that's right.
Which is an interesting, like I'd love to see the backstory of, like, you know, there must be, you know, what is the pre-cyborg Gigan? Like, that he was a regular kaiju. He was a regular non-cybernetic kaiju at some point. How different was he? You know, did he still have one eye? It just wasn't a laser eye.
Was he? Was he really a chicken?
What did he have instead of a chainsaw in his stomach? Did he just have regular spikes that didn't move? How did he eat with those claws? How much of him is different?
Right. How much real chicken was he?
Yeah. Do you have a ship of Theseus kind of situation?
You have a what?
Going on, you know? A ship of Theseus?
Oh, man.
You know, replace one plank of wood, you know, each.
How far does it have to be to not be a chicken anymore?
Right, yeah.
Oh, we're killing Mothra, sorry. That's important. I was like, I've never made this move before. All right, so this one we're gonna just try to get a cool bird. Yeah. No, I gotta go a little further, but this is fine. This is like a 2-second loss just because I'm gonna get hit by some fireballs instead. It's fine. All right, another trivia question though. Speaking of favorite monsters and other kaiju that Godzilla faces, in the 90s there was a shoe commercial that featured a kaiju-sized version of an NBA basketball player. Godzilla versus who? Who was in that commercial? And it actually was a comic book too, and I have the comic book right here next to me. Who did Godzilla face in a shoe commercial campaign from the NBA? 1990s. Ooh, the chat has it right away.
Yeah, that one I think that's a little slice of pop culture there. That one's known, I think.
Man, he pushed me away too far to not get a couple seconds hit. Yeah, it's Charles Barkley, and it's right here. Well, I'll show you as soon as I move. I don't have time to show it to you while I'm progressing here, but I will show you in a second. It's one of my favorite things that I own for Godzilla stuff. It's not crazy expensive. It's not like a holy grail item. It's still affordable compared to most collectible items. But it's really cool. Charles Barkley. I think it was a Nike one. Honestly, I should know that. Nike or Reebok. Probably look. Jaws, don't look at the comic. Look at the game. Come on. All right, we are attacking Gigan here.
Looks like you said no.
I thought I said yes. Because it says no, it gives you a second.
Okay.
But if not,
Not
whatever.
sure if it matters. I don't think it matters that much on this one.
We're still gonna run
lose
into
that much time. Yeah,
It's the equivalent of having like a 2 Mechagodzilla fight, really. If I did hit. I did say no.
Yes,
okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Best Barkley game. Shut up and jam. Barkley Gaiden, whatever it is. Alright, I'll focus a little bit more here. Slow down.
I mean, Godzilla versus Megalon is pretty much my favorite Godzilla movie, at least from that era.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
And it's because it's got a tag team fight, which includes Gigan, who's awesome. And I like the Megalon. I like that one because it's pretty much like the Atlanteans or whatever. It's like basically the city of Atlantis that's going to war with us. It's like, hey, we just have this kaiju.
Here's the comic. It's hard to see, but it's Godzilla versus Barkley. Pretty cool. I have it framed just as an art piece. But again, you can still find those on eBay. It's not crazy to find. It's hard to find. Death magnet control here. There we go. See, I love when it just goes with me where I want it to go. There's a little bit of a perilous spot. Again, just if you accidentally let go of the down button, things get kind of weird. Big Mike says this is a Jaguar appreciation zone.
Oh, Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar.
Have you seen the Singular Point anime?
No.
Netflix? There's a lot of Jet Jaguar action in that one too. Oh no. Ooh. I left just enough space. Okay. Let's see how fast that one came across. Wasn't messing around.
So what do we got going on here?
Alright, we're okay.
Where's gonna go?
They're gonna durl a bunch.
The problem is that Mecha's gonna move closer to you.
Yeah.
And you're only gonna be able to move one tile, so you're also gonna have a whole extra round you have to take. But you're not gonna get in any more fights, but you're just taking extra turns, which wastes a little time. Definitely one of the more forgiving routes. I mean, this is barely a route.
Yeah. It's a good beginner. This is cool though. Like, there's a nice beginner method where you learn it. You can practice it a lot. Oh, come on. I don't have time to wait for that death thing. Just slow me down a little bit here, but it's better than what's gonna happen there. And there's health everywhere. Like, everything you kill drops health pretty much. So health is not usually an option. Thanks for the shout out in the chat. Appreciate it.
Never worried about health really in this game.
Because if you die, it's usually because you're just totally screwed. Yeah, like you're not gonna.
It's really just death magnets and death locks are the only accidental deaths you got to worry about.
And sometimes with the death magnets, there is the fear that you can get pushed back into them. Like, you successfully avoid them, and then something knocks you back right into them. Like, that can happen, so you have to be careful too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna take an extra turn here. Extra 2 turns, right?
Normally it would take you 2, it's gonna take you 3.
Yeah, that's fine. I was too excited to look at my comic book, easily distracted.
No, it didn't happen when that happened. That wasn't what was happening in that moment.
Oh, okay.
I think it was just like you were still holding the right on your D-pad from moving him across the map.
That's a good point.
So
all right,
it pre-moved your cursor. What I think happened.
Oh, come on. Play nice. Okay, he's playing a little bit nicer. Like I said, there's a rhythm to the punching.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I think you'll have enough for another one once he's down to 4.
Okay.
There we go. Nice.
All right, now we're just gonna escape. We'll be okay. No one's gonna catch us. Diagonals are hard.
They are. Yeah, that's weird. The problem is that if you go to press the diagonal and you press the down input before you press the horizontal input, it'll go down. But like, there's no problem if you press the horizontal first before the down or up, because there is no left and right by itself. So it knows not to go left and right when you press left or right. But if you press down or up first, it'll go that way. Easiest stages in the game. Got a tail slap, past a few things, and kick one thing. It's a very long planet.
Mm-hmm. Not too bad, though.
Which is somewhat ironic since this is Pluto.
It's like the biggest one.
Yeah. I think they mixed these up a little. I think Uranus was supposed to be Pluto, and that this is supposed to be Uranus.
That would make sense. They knew that one day Pluto wasn't going to be named a planet scientifically anymore. They just wanted to show their love for the planet now. Just, 20 years in advance. We know the future. How dare they take away our Pluto?
Also, the thing is, we're not technically on the planet.
Yeah.
Because you see it in the background, like that's Pluto in the background.
It's just a really big ass space station.
It's like it's called the field. Yeah. But yeah, it's basically just.
All right, go on to Neptune. We're gonna do nothing for 2 turns to start Neptune.
An artificial asteroid base thing.
What, 2 turns? This is the one where we scare away Gigan from Godzilla vs. Gigan. Because it's gonna abandon the planet. Not gonna fight.
Yes, this is a really cool route that you're about to see, everybody. It's the only route where we purposely make someone run away.
Hopefully.
Really cool game mechanic that we're taking advantage of here.
Like, it's like the chest aspect of the game. It's part of it. Like, they're like, it's not advantageous to stay here. We should leave. Oh, that's right. Not dead. That was not good, but we're not dead.
Yeah.
We gotta be careful. Lots out there.
There we go. Nice.
Wasn't too worried, but a little worried. But we just started the planet.
That's true.
That's what happened to me the other day. My 2-minute PB. I think it might have been that exact same one.
Uh-oh.
So that may be a trend. Something going on with that little spot that I gotta.
Yeah.
Too many things going on and it doesn't move the way I want
it.
to. Yeah, like sometimes if you jump too early, it's gonna slow down. You need it to have that forward momentum to come to.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think I usually wait for it to come close to me so that I can get it up and then go under it. Let it go up.
Go in there.
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah, you gotta get close to it. You gotta lean in. Like while you're jumping, like you're jumping up as you're getting closer to it. Like don't stop and jump straight up. Jump as you're getting closer to it so that you kind of fall underneath it.
This is what I want, but that's okay.
Well, it's because you were already
There's
down.
A lot of stuff happening.
You were already crouching when it came on screen, so that was harder to maneuver.
All right, Maguire's gonna attack us here. Stop it. Now our punches are getting stronger. We're level 12, so it's just gonna hang in here and punch a bunch. We'll die eventually. Yeah.
Nice.
We're gonna move one and not attack. This is again, we're just avoiding fights. We're gonna skip 4 fights in this if things go right. Yeah, I got it there.
Hey, there you go. Just so people know what we're talking about, he just got the frame perfect knockback block at the beginning of this stage. There's a ball of light that hits you that normally is guaranteed to knock you back, but there's a 1 frame window that you can punch right on that 1 frame, or kick technically, but I would say punch is better. And you will block that knockback.
Alright, now we're gonna kill Mothra. So somehow the monsters were really nice and I just let Mothra chill down there. This is again one of the worst ones. Just
this is slow, but this is fun. I think I like the trying to get collecting the dots on this is a lot more fun.
Sure. Yeah,
a lot more fun than collecting the dots on the
spaceship.
On a spaceship, yeah.
But the thing is to remember is that when Mothra dies, she has to fall off the screen. So I gotta get low enough on health, but then not go way up top. I want just the right amount here. Like this is, oh, that's good enough.
Yeah, you did a good job there.
All right, now we're gonna move Godzilla 2. We're gonna have Gigan attack me. Then I'm gonna put him within inches of his death, and then let him fly away after I kill Mechagodzilla. The trick is I gotta 1-fight Mechagodzilla, which most of the time happens. Sometimes Mechagodzilla is annoying. Bless the RNG in the chat a little bit for Mechagodzilla to be friendly. Well, I am very powerful at this point in the game, so it's not too hard. Just the RNG of the game sometimes goes, nope, you gotta wait. You'll see a lot of the same color backgrounds. And Space, I know you've done a lot of research on this, like how many different stages of a color you've seen. Like
yeah, there's 5 for each type of like environment. So like 5 mountains, 5 volcanoes, 5 jungles, 5 bases, 5 of those dome bases or dome city things. Then there's 3 brain trees. the spaceship, and the lag monster gardens. There's like a couple of varieties, but they're mostly kind of the same.
So we're gonna get him down to almost dead. I'm just gonna take my time because there's a lot more time than you need this part because I'm quite strong.
We're gonna run the clock out. Get him down to an inch.
So we haven't really had that as an issue. So we should probably explain that there's a clock in the background. Let me speed up a bit. You talk about it.
The fights have about a 45-second clock on them. And so if you don't finish in the time limit, it'll take you back to the overworld, and the monster's not defeated, and you'll have to fight them again, and they usually heal up a little bit. So he had to go through a bunch of different menus there to make sure that he fights Mecha. Now he has to kill Mecha Godzilla in one fight in order to
be careful,
make
a lot more damage than I would have liked to. I think it's like
that is true. That was some good punches, good timing. He wanted to maybe be a little further away on that. Yeah, he backs away from you once it gets started, so it's like you're gonna have to.
Okay, no problem.
Nice, good job.
Trying to be safe at that point because the health is fine, but it looks scary. Okay, Gigan's gonna freak out and leave.
I thought fighting here would be disadvantage, so he advanced.
I'm like, I can't do it. I'm out.
And so now we skipped all those other fights. Hedorah, Baragon, Zora, Baron. And I guess technically you only had 2.5 fights, right? Mm-hmm. Like Maguera, Godzilla. Or it's not half. It's three.
It was pretty much killed.
2 fights and then one where you run the clock out.
We chose to let Gigan live, so.
So it's almost more like 3.5 because that one lasts longer. You gotta wait for it, but yeah.
And the cool thing I said earlier about this game being really accessible as a speedrun, like, we're going for speed, right? But, like, this game is very beatable when you know what to do. So, like, yeah, you could not, if it takes more than a fight to beat a boss, it's cool. Like, most of the time, you're just gonna beat him anyway. As long as you know what to do. All right, we're on the last planet, Planet X here. Bring it home, everybody. And your trivia question for this one, last trivia question, I think. I don't have time to look at my phone to see what other questions are. Is Planet X. Planet X is part of several Godzilla movies because the aliens who live on Planet X are always trying to do stuff to the Earth. They're trying to always take over the Earth, which is where this game's plot comes from. Let's get away from that. What is the term for the people who live on Planet X? What are the aliens called? What do you call the people from Planet X?
Ooh, that's a good question.
They're in at least 3 movies, I think more. They're in an upcoming comic book. The comic book series, funny enough, was Godzilla versus Dragons and Pirates and Vikings. And it's becoming, the 3rd series of it is becoming space aliens.
Does it start with a T?
I mean, the.
Well, no, that's not what I meant. Okay.
The Who. Good guess. So the Planet X, the people from Planet X. What do you think they're called? Do you have a guess?
It was like I thought it was like the two Landons or something. Like there's like an L in the middle.
Whoa, mechanic. Okay.
I don't know.
All right. I'll give you chat like another until the end of this level, and I'll tell you. There's just so much stuff happening. My kicks are just being ignored too. That? Come on, really? There we go. All right, we'll come off there. It's the Zillions. The Exillions.
Oh, you could do the hopscotch if you want.
I could. I don't have that on my notes for this.
Well, it's kind of easy. Just
I kill Mothra still here? Is this fine?
You still kill Mothra now, I think.
Oh, actually, I know I actually
not.
do have this. I do have this. No, I needed to move Godzilla, not attack.
Yeah, was that? I don't know.
That's fine.
Don't worry.
Free super PB right there. If I just did it. That's right.
That's not that.
We'll keep doing what we're doing.
Sure.
No, that's fine. Alright. Kind of similar to the first level, Mothra just getting lasered.
Yeah, I forgot what to do.
Zillions. That's like in Final Wars and Gigan. Gazora's gonna do this. Let's kill Gazora. Because yeah, if you move, Gazora can't move there. I remember now what you were saying about that. It barely ever happens. I'll sit here and blast him in the face then. Just gonna stand there. That's fine.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, below the
Nice.
All right, and then at this point, we're just going forward and we're attacking everybody. So it's super simple route. This is the destroy all monsters, basically, level. Oh, I remember the last question. This is an easy one. Tell you in a minute. Remember the other question I came up with. This is the softball one that I really should have gone with first. That's okay. One other thing, Space, you want to talk about like the kick lag thing with the breath?
Talking about what I think you're talking about. There's
Yeah, when
a
you
trick
kick
that we
before you
call.
breathe.
Yeah, we usually call it like a quick blast or a kick blast. If you kick right before a breath weapon, it's like a half breath weapon, sort of. So it uses it's a shorter animation, and therefore causes less lag. But sometimes it's all you need.
Especially you'll see that.
It also uses up less. It also uses up less energy. So when you get to a certain level, like you can do a quick blast and then do a regular blast right after it, because you only need like half your bar for a regular blast. And so we're definitely high enough level for that kind of stuff. So
it's what happened against Baragon. Like we were kicking him in the face, so that was just naturally happening every time.
So Jahaley, when he's fighting monsters, he likes to do a double. When they've got that double hitbox, he'll do a kick blast first, and then a full blast. So you basically get two breath weapons right at the beginning of a fight for the price of a full bar.
Destroy all monsters that he does. You start at level 8, like Space was saying earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just about the right level to do the thing I'm talking about. It kind of depends a little bit on what your current health is, because that affects your recharge rate. So if you go into a fight that's a little weak on hit points, it might be a little harder to do that double blast. But if you go in full health, it should be easy to get the second one off right away. Otherwise, you gotta wait just a little bit to recharge up.
It looks like I'm getting like annihilated, but like this is doing nothing. I mean, it's just time when you get knocked back, but it's unnerving a little bit. We're like, I'm just getting killed here. But I look up and I'm like, oh, I have full health still. No problem. I mean, the knockbacks and the time loss suck, but hey, it's you again. Why do we keep meeting here? Fine. Three on that. You guys are super pushovers. Just, again, it's like, waste my time. We didn't get any death skips on Magora today. What a bummer. Alright, Variable attack.
You should melt like butter.
Sometimes it just melts from a bunch of breath. Oh, I did the kick thing accidentally. The thing you were just talking about.
Well, you're still at full. It was good. It was a good thing to do. You're still at full power. You can do that all day.
It was easy.
You can kick blast. So if you wanted to. You're just a little short.
Yeah. All right. So your final trivia question, which is super easy, is so in the 70s there was a ban made a Godzilla song. It's awesome. It was in the King of the Monsters sound. Yeah, I know, it's a softball. King of Monsters, Godzilla song. And, let's do this. What was the name of that band? And that song was remixed by Serge Tankian, or whatever, the guy, rock guy from System of a Down. System of a Down? Yeah. This is the hardest level to do with thinking. ADHD is not working well with trivia during this level. Anyway, what was the name of the band that did the Godzilla song in the 70s? Softball approach. This is a level I think I need to work on. I mean, I definitely will for any routes, but I don't feel great about how those couple levels go.
Well, it's the only time you experience that screen. This run.
Yeah. So it's definitely one to practice.
We used to do it. We used to have to go through one of those jungles on Jupiter. When I first started playing a game, that was the standard route. You would go through there. But then I found out that you could travel through more hexes, but instead of doing a single jungle 5, you can do 2 jungle 1s, and that's overall shorter. So we actually travel through, with the current Jupiter route that you did, we're traveling through more hexes, but the side scroller screens are shorter overall. So.
And chat, of course, has it. Blue Oyster Cult, obviously, the softball.
Yeah.
You know, famous for more cowbell. With the Don't Fear the Reaper song. Okay, Paragon. Pushover, just still annoying though. He didn't do any trolls, so that was good. Don't fear Godzilla. Yes, that's the correct answer. You're right. All right, we're just gonna clear out here and hope to beat up this Ghidorah guy. Again, king versus a god. Who will win? Let them fight. Ghidorah's cool.
I'm sorry if I'm like jinxing it, but are we on PB pace here?
Maybe. I don't have splits, so I just have that thing. Now check out this death magnet. This comes out of nowhere here. Bro, there's a death magnet. I love it. I mean, I'm always safe from it, but it just if you're just not ready for it, you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? There it is. Trying to find that rhythm. So you're just kind of like throwing the hands there. Really good breaths happening. Hey, let me come back though. Can I come back, please?
Okay,
it's fine.
there we go. Whew.
All right, Gigan and Ghidorah. Jeez. Guy tries to lock you to the side sometimes, which is annoying. Push him over there. Hey, why are you not being friendly now? Is it because I almost killed you in the last stage? Are you just upset at me? Oh, we don't have the power. Sorry.
Yeah, with how strong your punches are now, like he's better to just
you're right.
Just try and lock him the way you would do Ghidorah.
Level with Ghidorah, and then time is on after we beat Ghidorah. After we finish that last stage, we have to take the enemy headquarters, the Zillions, the people from Planet X's headquarters. But we get a really nice, this super easy level from the first world to
All right, let's go.
Ghidorah. He likes to lock you in the left side, and unlike Ghidorah, he actually does damage.
Yeah.
So you can't touch him. We have to be just far enough away to throw hands at him without touching him. Oh, did I get a death skip?
Nice.
Oh, he's still there.
Yes,
Damn
you
it.
did.
He's still there.
Oh,
Like a sliver. A sliver. It's fine. Kill him now. I got death skip there though.
Now you got the death skip.
Oh, I thought I had it. That's cool though. That was barely any time.
Come on, you got this, man. You got this. That was a good fight.
Yeah, it was great. Almost a one-shotter. Almost a G-force.
Doesn't lose you that much time to have to go and finish them off, you know. Especially when you got the death skip to sort of
right. That helped a lot.
You got
it almost was like the same amount of time, like to watch the death happen. All right, and time.
Nice.
Big PB, nice. PB.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought a sub 70 would be a PB. GG's,
yeah,
man.
definitely. That was a 110 something. Sweet. Awesome. That was fun. That was a good run. Things happened that needed to happen.
War is over.
The war is over.
Godzilla crushed the invaders from Planet X. Peace has returned to the Earth.
Right.
After the fierce battle, the wounded monsters, Godzilla and Mothra are resting until the day they rise again for the sake of mankind. And on devastated Planet X, a message is left for Earthlings. To our deepest regret, we must admit defeat this time. We almost won, but we did not know Godzilla was such
we almost
a powerful foe. Gone is our legion of monsters, the strongest force in the universe. Never again shall we see Ghidorah or Gigan. Having lost our base, we now embark on a journey to nowhere in the universe. But Earthlings, save your rejoicing over the victory which Godzilla brought to you. Our journey will not last forever. We, the people of Planet X, will never give up our plan to invade the Earth. Lowercase.
Yeah, right. They don't respect us enough for uppercase.
We promise that we will organize a second, even a third legion of space monsters and destroy you in the future. We shall not fail. This is our challenge to you. The last days of the Earth
TLDR, zillions.
Coming soon. Earthlings prepare to die. God. Like, what
no space after the comma. At least they jammed that one in the last line. I like that they said we almost won. It's like, no, you didn't. It wasn't close.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a 1 minute and 11-second PB. So crushed it.
Nice.
If it's official. And since you're a moderator, you can just verify it now. Okay, good. It's verified.
That's true, yeah. I watched the whole run already.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. Yeah, that was fun. Now we gotta see the cast. Guerra. Remember him. There's the troll face. There it is. The troll.
Yeah, there it is.
Creeper Baron. Ghidorah, which has the sprite that never appears in the game, but it's there. Oh, space. There it is. That's such a great emote. Mechagodzilla. Ghidorah, sometimes with an H, sometimes without at the end. Poor Mothra. She did everything. She's the real winner here. But that's Godzilla Monster of Monsters. But then yes, the warpless Godzilla only run. There's lots of, there's infinite modes you can make in this game. You can just do only Mothra, you can use both monsters, you can do like a bunch there's some warps apparently where you death warp space. You've done some of that, right?
What about
the death warp? There's a death warp mode where you can time things,
yeah,
right?
so yeah, there's a hand quote glitch. I mean, you can make the argument that it's more of an exploit, but where do that draw that line? But well, for the sake of this conversation, let's call it a glitch.
Yeah.
Where if you die on purpose as either Godzilla or Mothra, and then during your death animation, a life capsule gets collected by a ball of light. So there's some friendly ships in the sky that drop balls of light, and they can collect life capsules on your behalf. So you'll heal during the death animation. You'll finish dying, and you'll lose a level because of the death.
Mm-hmm.
But because you got healed, you just come back to the overworld, and you're still there where they left you, where you left your piece. And this allows us to skip side-scroller screens. So, like, if you do a death warp at the beginning of a screen, that could be faster than walking through the whole screen. And you actually skip two screens because Godzilla moves 2 hexes at a time, and Mothra moves 4 hexes at a time. If you die at the beginning of the first hex, then you don't even. Not only do you not have to do the rest of that first hex, you don't have to do the second hex. So
that's pretty rad.
It doesn't save like huge amounts of time off of full run. So I could think the warpless world record is like 62-ish minutes, just under 62 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 61, 44 or something.
And there's a lot more strats, and there's still stuff to be discovered even with this game too. I know you guys are always working on testing routes.
Yeah, there's probably. I definitely feel like this game's got some stuff we can still figure out. Especially in the routing. I feel like there's more we can do on routing.
So if you want to learn this game, like, check us out. Space Colonizer. I know you're doing a lot of stuff like you play Civ 7 like all the time. You're kind of addicted to it. We're worried about you. No, I'm just kidding. But Super Smash and other stuff. But it's just twitch.tv/Space Colonizer, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And then I'm Jawsomesauce. I stream mostly on the mornings before work, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I like to chill. This is the casual dad speedrun threshold. So if you just like to learn stuff or have a little challenge, work with other people, we do Big 20 in the Discord, some other stuff like that. A lot of marathons like these. So definitely come and hang out if you just like chill. A lot of Godzilla, a lot of Earthbound, but I really appreciate you guys having me here. Thanks so much for letting me do 2 runs for my first marathon. You guys have been awesome. Go Godzilla, Skryonk. Anything else to leave us with? Space?
No. Is Jahaley coming up with the dam run?
Yeah, so he'll be next. They'll cut us off at some point. I'll let them know they can cut us off. Just say to everyone, stick around for that, because it's a different category. It's a sort of category that I would recommend beginners play. So if you're looking into maybe trying this game out, this next run coming up is where. And that's how I learned this too. Started. I also started with that, and it's a cool like practice warm up mode too. It's got some crazy stuff with RNG. You'll see. But Jahaley's, he's kind of the record holder in a lot of modes. You and him go back and forth a lot with records and routes and stuff. So, you guys are the guys. But I appreciate y'all being here. Retrothon, thanks so much. Thanks for being chill. Check out all the Godzilla movies you can.